So you mentioned this one project on mental health. Sounds interesting to me because I feel like in India, you keep reading these stories about suicides committed by engineering students or even high school students. So I think that's a very timely project you've done. Could you just explain to the viewers what that app does and how you actually went about building that? Welcome to the podcast, viewers. In this episode, we have with us Ishani. Ishani has completed her undergraduate degree in AI and DS from DJ Sanghvi College of Engineering here in Mumbai. She applied to universities for a master's in AI to the United States and has received 6 admits. So I'm going to try to understand from her how she went about the process and how she managed to get 6 different admits. So Ishani, welcome to the podcast and well done on 6 admits. How does it feel?
Thank you so much. It was a completely roller coaster ride, but in the end, it was worth it.
I know. So now tell me, when you talk about AI or any master's program, because of what is going on in the United States, many students are actually looking at different countries. Some are looking at Germany, some look at Ireland, some Australia, so on and so forth. But you were still very firm that you wanted to go to the United States. So was it difficult making that decision, and why did you still choose to go to the United States?
I had doubts, but I was firm that I want to go to United States because the first reason is that the American universities, the research they do in AI is top notch. So no country can beat that. The second reason is the US education allows me to combine AI with other domains such as healthcare and robotics, which perfectly aligns with my future goals.
Got it. So you basically want to pursue your education in AI, but you want to apply that to healthcare and robotics.
Yeah.
And for all these 3 fields, United States is at the forefront and has the most budget for research, which is why you're going with the United States.
Yeah.
So Ishani, getting 6 admits is obviously a great thing, superb job. But getting them for a field like AI, which is super competitive to get into because everyone wants to get into AI, is even more special. So I'm sure you must have developed a whole lot of skill sets to convince the universities that you are the right choice. So if someone wants to get into their masters for AI or wants to work as an AI engineer, what are the skill sets that they should be developing when they're in undergrad?
AI is definitely super competitive right now. What I think worked for me is not only focusing on building my technical skills, but also how I can apply those skills to solve real world problems. For example, I did one project which was a mental health chatbot, but specifically targeted for students in the age group 16 to 22. So you need to narrow it down. You need to find a specific problem. Yeah, niche. Another thing is we can explore research as well. So I did one research paper in which I was using explainable AI to explain the loan lending decisions.
Got it.
So doing such stuff means you can show that you can apply that knowledge. What I feel that universities are seeing right now is that, yeah, you should be a good coder. But with that, how can you apply that knowledge? How can you apply that AI to solve some real world problems? That is what the world needs right now.
So basically, you're saying that just developing the skill is not enough. Go out there and apply them to projects and build your portfolio around that.
Yeah.
And while doing that, identify a niche and keep working on that niche.
Yeah.
So you mentioned this one project on mental health. Sounds interesting to me because I feel like in India, you keep reading these stories about suicides committed by engineering students or even high school students. So I think that's a very timely project you've done. Could you just explain to the viewers what that app does and how you actually went about building that?
So it is basically a virtual health assistant kind of system.
Okay.
It has 3 sections. So first is the chatbot, and the remaining 2 sections are the gaming section and journaling section. So what happens is, for example, I am a student and I write in the chatbot that I am feeling stressed today, I'm panicking because my exam is there tomorrow. So the chatbot will tell that student that first calm down. It will recommend some exercise like a breathing exercise or something like that. For example, if it gives a breathing exercise, the 4-box breathing exercise, it will ask, is it working for you? If the student says, no, it is not working for me, it will redirect the student to the gaming section, which consisted of 2 games. They were not that very hard, and we had set a limit of 10 minutes so that the student doesn't get addicted to it and goes like, I will just keep on playing them. And these 2 games were basically to just distract that student and calm that student down a bit. Just color matching game, number matching game. They were very easy. Then after that, when it came back, it's continuously asking the feedback, are you feeling better? What is working for you? And if the student is like very happy, and wants to share something, then it will shift it to the journaling section where it can write what it is feeling. Even when it's sad, it works both the times. And then it will analyze, like, for 1 week how the student was feeling. Was it feeling very sad the whole week? Then it will recommend it more stuff, the chatbot. So that was like an AI system kind of.
No, one thing that I'm understanding when you're describing this is that technical part is one thing, but I think there's a lot of other information that you would have had to read about, especially in terms of psychology, medicine, and all of that. So you had to put in effort on those areas also while building this, or was there someone who was actually guiding you for that?
Actually, we decided that we will take the age group 16 to 25 because we were the ones who were there.
You were the users of the product.
So that's why we had decided like that only, and we were a group of 3. So we were doing technical stuff, but I was more on the psychological stuff because I had seen my friends. I myself went through a lot of it, and one guy who was with me, he also like faced a lot of peer pressure from his friends. Like he was facing it in the college as well. So how to handle peer pressure? Obviously, this was at a very beginning level. We can't replace therapy, but it can act like a way for the students to at least access it.
Right.
Like first step.
But I think this is very good because I think a big concern that kids have about telling these things to their friends or their parents is that they fear judgment. But the moment you're talking to an AI, you know that there's not going to be any judgment because it's not a real living thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that because of that reason, I think this has a lot of potential, and I think this would be something that the colleges viewed very positively while evaluating your application. A, because it shows your technical skills, but B, because you're actually doing something that can actually be useful in the future. So like really kudos to you on that. But apart from your technical skills, I do know that American universities do a very holistic profile review where they're also looking for students who have strong extracurriculars. So while you are building your technical skills, were you also building your extracurricular skills, and what have you done around that?
So our department, AI and Data Science department in our college, we were the first batch. So we wanted to introduce AI and Data Science to the remaining college as well. So me and some of my friends, all of us were part of a founding committee which founded a student chapter called as NSDC, National Student Data Corps. So through this club, we organized many fun technical events, workshops, hand-on sessions, which made these 2 domains more approachable to the remaining college, because our department had the least intake and the most intake was from the mechanical department, computers, and obviously they had knowledge of it, but mechanical department, EXTC department, they didn't know that much about AI and data science. And AI can sound very intimidating when you first hear it, like it's like robots are there and everything is there. But that's why we kept the sessions very small and on very beginner friendly. So then nobody will get bored and they will at least get the confidence that we can do something, like we can start this, we can explore this.
Got it. And what was your role in this club?
So I was the editorial head, but we were the core team, so we used to sit together and decide all the events together only. And as an editorial head, I used to write all the reports of all the events what we did. Then we were planning on a newsletter, but that idea got scrapped. It's being followed by juniors now.
You say that this is completely extracurricular, which it is, but I can see why universities probably like this also, because you said that you were a part of organizing the events. Now there's a lot of project planning that goes into it. That is a skill that you require even when you're doing research projects at the master's level or even at work. Second thing you said is that you were part of the editorial team, so you're writing reports. This is also a skill that I think universities really want to see in students, because they do a lot of projects when they go for their masters. So the fact that you're able to write reports tells the university that you're going to succeed academically even when it comes to the projects over there or writing reports over there. So I think again the choice of your extracurriculars is very interesting and something that I think is very impressive to American universities. So I would really highly recommend that to even other students who are watching this. So now tell me, you mentioned at the beginning that this whole process was a roller coaster ride, which means there would have been times where things seemed tough or there were some low points. So what caused these low points? When did you feel these low points and how did you deal with them?
So there were definitely a lot of low points. First was when I was preparing for GRE and I got a low score. So I was like, my world has ended. I can't do this fall. I was like, I will apply for next fall. But then you need to remind yourself continuously why you are doing this. You need to remind yourself what is your end goal. I kept reminding myself that, and my parents were continuously like bringing me on the correct track. They supported me a lot in this. Even Admit Abroad, Amay sir, you and Siddhi ma'am, you guys constantly like reminded me that no, you're going this fall only, and you need to do this stuff. And once you start doing that stuff consistently, then you're like, yes, I can do it.
Right. So basically, you're saying that support from friends, family, from your counselors at Admit Abroad, and then doing small things which lead to some small success, and that then builds confidence over time.
Yeah.
So this is essentially how you dealt with those things. All right. Now tell me, which are the 6 universities you got your admits from?
So I received admit from University of Southern California, University of Minnesota, University of Florida, Northeastern University, Rochester Institute of Technology, and University at Buffalo.
Got scholarship from any of these?
Yeah, I got from University of Florida and Rochester Institute of Technology, and even Northeastern.
And Northeastern. Wait, so you got scholarship from 3 universities.
Yeah.
2 of the universities you got admits to were public IVs, University of Florida and Minnesota Twin Cities. But you've gone with USC, which is not a public Ivy, and which is probably also the most expensive and which did not give you scholarship.
Yeah.
So can you please explain this decision, because it sounds very counterintuitive.
Yeah, so University of Southern California's AI program and faculties are like top notch. They have a very strong program, and the main reason of selecting USC is that they allow me to select courses from both the computer science track as well as the AI track. So I want to be limited to just building the models, but I will understand how the systems work behind. I will be a better coder, as well as if I can understand like the fundamentals of it as well, because AI works obviously like it works on maths and stuff, but
Right.
when you understand what is happening behind the scenes as well, so it will be much helpful.
Got it. So any last words of advice to a student who is right now in undergrad and is planning to study abroad, and also when should they start?
Also, I would recommend them starting as early as possible, ideally in the second year of your undergraduate degree. And GPA or GPA is important, but extracurricular activities, research papers, and your projects are equally important. So don't ignore it. Just don't run behind your GPA. And SOP is very important. Put your time and thought into writing that. And the main thing is to be patient, because this whole journey is like very tiresome. You will be stressed, you will have mental breakdowns and all, but you need to be patient and believe in yourself, have that trust, because in the end it's completely worth it when you get that admit.
I couldn't agree more. So anyway, Ishani, thank you for doing this. Your advice will be super useful to anyone who wants to study abroad in the future.
Thank you.
So to the viewers, thank you for tuning in. If you like this episode, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. That way we'll know that you like our content and we'll bring more content for you. I'll see you in the next one.